This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the rumors today, so we're going to kick it off with Gayle King. Now, she got a lot of criticism after this clip was circulating online yesterday where she was interviewing Lisa Leslie, and they were discussing Kobe Bryant. Lisa Leslie was good friends with Kobe Bryant, and here's what happened.
It's been said that his legacy is complicated because of the sexual assault charge, which was dismissed in 2003, 2004. Is it complicated for you as a woman, as a WNBA player?
It's not complicated for me at all. Even if there's a few times that we've been at a club at the same time, Kobe's not the kind of guy, never been like, you know, Lisa, go get that girl or tell her or send her this. I have other NBA friends that are like that. He was never like that. I just never have ever seen him being the kind of person that would do something to violate a woman or be aggressive in that way.
I need journalists to explain to me why is Kobe Bryant's sexual assault case relevant right now? Like, Kobe Bryant is dead. If people had all those questions about that case, if they felt that way about him, they should have addressed it when he was alive, right?
Right, and here's some more of what happened with her interview with Lisa Leslie on CBS this morning.
Is it even a fair question to talk about it, considering he's no longer with us and that it was resolved? Or is it really part of his history?
I think that the media should be more respectful at this time. It's like if you had questions about it, you've had many years to ask him that. I don't think it's something that we should keep hanging over his legacy. I mean, it went to trial.
Yeah, it was dismissed because the victim in the case refused to testify. So it was dismissed.
And I think that that's how we should leave it.
That question sounded out of context, too, because Gayle was asking her, do you think that it's even worth talking about? But she was talking about it. So it sounded like that question was out of context.
You know, it's interesting. I had this discussion with a few people yesterday who also work in journalism because I did feel like I wouldn't have asked that question. But other people were like, well, it is something that was a big deal during his and it was brought up during the whole Oscar situation again.
So they should have asked him then. Like,
I'm just saying what other people are saying and both sides of things. But you know what? We're going to let Gayle King explain what she was thinking when she asked that question.
I know that if I had only seen the clip that you saw, I'd be extremely angry with me too. I am mortified, I'm embarrassed, and I am very angry. Unbeknownst to me, my network put up a clip from a very wide-ranging interview, totally taken out of context, and when you see it that way, it's very jarring. And yes, we talked about that court case. And I wanted to get Lisa's take on it as a friend who knew him well.
Well, at least Gayle knows that clip sounded nuts, right? But even if Lisa Leslie is Kobe's friend, why is she being asked about Kobe's old case? Like, I just want to know, what is the point? Did Gayle explain what was the point?
Is there a way she could have asked it differently?
I don't think it should have been asked at all. And
what if she would have said, do you think it's unfair that this comes up now?
Well, yeah, she did say that in the second clip you played.
All right, well, here's some more of what Gayle King had to say about the backlash, and she posted this on her Instagram page.
It was very powerful when she looked me in the eye as a member of the media to say it's time for the media to leave it alone and to back off.
I agree.
And at the end when she said it's time to leave it alone, I insisted that part be in the interview because I thought that it put a nice button on that part of the conversation. I talked to Lisa last night. I believe that Lisa was okay with the interview, and I felt really good about the interview. So for the network to take the most salacious part when taken out of context and put it up online is very upsetting to me, and that's something I'm going to have to deal with them.
So she's blaming it on the network, basically.
Well, she's basically saying there's so many other things you could have put up. You just put that part up because it was the one that was going to get the most attention, which it did.
Yeah.
Now, some people are not going to be forgiving it all. For instance, Boosie took to his social media and said this.
Gayle King, why the would you do something like that? Why would you do that to your people? You know what people going through, right? Why would you ask a question like that, trying to tarnish somebody's image? You do that to your own black people.
And Snoop Dogg chimed in as well.
Gayle King, out of pocket for that. What do you gain from that? I swear to God, we the worst. We expect more from you, Gayle. Don't you hang out with Oprah? Why y'all attacking us? We your people. You ain't coming after Harvey Weinstein asking them dumbass questions. I get sick of y'all. I want to call you one. Is it okay if I call her one? Funky dog head bitch.
Jesus Christ,
Oh, my
Snoop.
God.
Now
All
listen, you went too far. But who told Snoop it was okay? Because he asked somebody.
I
He
don't
said,
know
"Is it
who he
okay if I
asked.
say it?" And then he said it. I just think if we're gonna bring up that story about Kobe, tell the whole story. You know what I'm saying? You got to speak on how the accuser, didn't want to go through with the trial, and she probably didn't want to go through the trial because she didn't want evidence coming out against her, like the fact they found semen in
All
a
right,
hair
let's-
follicle in the woman's panties that didn't belong to Kobe, or that the young
But
lady's mental state was in question, that she had been hospitalized 4 months before the assault, that she was taking an antipsychotic drug for schizophrenia at the time of the incident. You got to tell the whole story if you're going to tell it.
And at the time, Kobe did say in a statement, although I truly believe this encounter between us was consensual, I recognize now that she did not and does not view this incident the same way I did.
That's right. And that's why when he was alive, especially during the Oscar time, that should have been a broader discussion. You know what I'm saying? Somebody should have asked him to elaborate on that, especially in this era of Me Too times up, where, what's not consent and what's consent was a topic of discussion. That would have been the perfect time to ask him that when he was alive.
And lastly, I just want to also bring up, since we haven't been since they just discussed Harvey Weinstein, and why aren't you asking Harvey Weinstein these questions? Harvey Weinstein is still in New York. He has his rape trial going on in Manhattan. And Lauren Marie Young, who's 30 years old, she was testifying about how she was a model in New York City before she moved to LA at age 20. And she talked about being invited to an Oscars dinner for Harvey Weinstein. She said, I've been to a couple of places where he had been in the past, but I wasn't directly at his table. And she talks about reaching out to him about a script. They had a meeting and they met at a bar. He showed up and she said he was on his phone. We started discussing what ideas we had in my script. And he said, what about America's Next Top Model? And I said, no, I don't want to be on reality TV. At some point, he said, let's finish this conversation. Follow me upstairs. I have to get ready to present. And she said they went in the suite. And that's when, she said he lured her into another room, which was a bathroom. And she's going to continue to take the stand, by the way, today and get cross-examined. But she is the sixth woman who has testified on the stand. She's the final one for New York.
I really can't wait to see how the Harvey Weinstein trial ends.
She said he showed up naked behind her, unzipped her dress, started pulling it down, and he was masturbating and grasping her right breast, and and she was screaming, no, 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 while he was doing it. And he said, this is what all actresses do to make it.
Harvey Weinstein's trial should end in him getting some jail time. And if it doesn't, I can't wait to hear what Lil Boosie has to say about it.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
That's right. We got front page news next year.
Let's talk about the New Hampshire town halls that happened yesterday.
All right. It's The Breakfast Club.